Hey guys, it's Shanice and I am here to do my PLL video for this week. I'm sorry I'm late. I normally have them posted up on Wednesday, but I was not feeling too well. I had a really bad headache and a stomach bug, I think. So I decided to just wait to record it, and I am doing that today. So hopefully it will be up. Sorry, today's Friday, so I'm doing this today. Hopefully it'll be up later today for you guys to check out. And I wasn't too sure what I wanted to do this week, but I got some spoilers online. Well, and I can't really call them spoilers because they were basically three interviews and stuff that we know already. Okay, some of the stuff we know already, but it was basically three interviews. One by Marlene King, one by Joseph Daughtry, and the other by Janelle Parrish. So, and they have some, I think, really important spoilers and stuff that could help us figure out who is. So I decided that I would go through it and try to basically analyze and derail these interviews and see if we can get some information to tell us who is Charles or what we should expect in season 6. These spoilers were up on YouTube. I will leave the link for the person who did it. I forgot to check the name before I shot the video, so the link will be below. So all credit should go to this person because they basically made the video and found the interviews. So let's get started. The first part is there are most likely going to be 20 episodes in season 6 instead of 25 like in season 5. That's kind of disappointing because I want more episodes because it's just going to be 10 episodes. I mean, it will go for a longer period, but 10 episodes in each two parts of the season. Kind of wanted more, but that's just me. If you're wanting more to, leave it below, let me know. But I always want more Pretty Little Liars. I don't like hiatuses because I always want to just know right away. I'm very impatient. Next one. There will be a time jump in the show. It will happen during the hiatus between season 6A and 6B. Now, I think that was something that we all already knew, but I knew a lot of people had the question that whether the hiatus was going to be the time jump was just going to be like one episode and then they go back to regular. But I'm thinking that this time jump is going to be like do the time jump and it will stay in that time period. We will see the girls graduate from high school on screen. However, they will gain the freshman 15 and attend college off screen before the season ends. And I understand why, because they're not all going to the same college. They're all going to different colleges. So we will not be seeing them. They will not all be together, and it wouldn't make much sense to have to go back and forth. And how many times are they going to be together during their college season or their college 4 years of college? So it will make sense to just make them go off to college, and then when they're all back reunited together in Rosewood again, continue the season. So I understand why that will not be on. Marlene said, I said we would do a 4-year time jump and we will do it before the end of season 6. So that right there is the proof that we will not get to see them at college. So they will definitely be back after college. Marlene continued, I can't wait to see the girls after they come back from college. It's exciting. Neither can I, because they're finally going to get to play girls their own age. The age that they are now. Okay, if you don't understand what I'm saying, it's like they actually get to play the age that the actual actresses are. So they'll be in their like early 20s, 21, 22, 23, 24, around that age, which is the age they are now. So that's going to be pretty exciting to see them play those characters, and there are going to be changes, obviously, because I mean they've been gone for 4 years, so we might see hair colors different, fashion and style different. So I like the change that's gonna come with that. Marlene also said, "We'll start next season right where we left off, with the girls trapped. They don't get out immediately. The season takes place in a very condensed period of time." Yeah, that's something that we already knew. I think that we saw that in the promo, that the promo basically for season 6 was basically the girls in the dollhouse. So that's something that I look forward to, because that means we get to know more about Charles, and hopefully that will help us figure out who Charles is before they tell us. So that's something that's going to be really nice, and I look forward to it, because I like when PLL goes a little darker and scarier than they usually do. Marlene added, "When we ended the finale, it was already April. But in 10 episodes, the Liars will be graduating. They will be putting this episode of Pretty Little Liars to bed." And I know that a lot of us, and I think us because I've been asking that question too, keep asking, like, how long have these girls been in high school? I mean, I went to high school and I finished high school in the time that they have been in high school. They've been in high school for a long time. Okay, maybe I finished high school before them, but because I was already in high school when the show started. So, but they've been there for a long time, and we're like, are they never growing up? Like, what's going on? So it's good that we get to see them graduate, and it's more like a milestone. Like, they can accomplish this even with all of the drama that they had going on. They were still able to get good grades and graduate and be the good people that they are. Asked about season 6, Marlene said, "It's a really exciting season of answers and closure. It's a big connecting the dots, and I want fans to figure it out on their own." No, I know that if you guys have like watched my videos before, you all will know that I don't trust Marlene very much, because she just keeps saying that we're gonna get answers and we never do. Like season 4 was supposed to be a season of answers, and we hardly got any answers from season 4. We just got a whole lot more questions, and whatever little was answered, we were like, okay, so if this happened, then why yada yada yada. We just got more questions from whatever was answered. So I really hope that we're going to get answers, because everybody I know really wants answers from this show right now. Marlene spoke about the fans, and she said, "Many are getting very close to figuring out the how and the why of it. I've seen some very close theories online lately." So I'm guessing that maybe Charles is one of the characters that we always see popping up online, like Ezra or Ren or Jason or Lucas, because these are the theories that I've seen the most. But then again, with Pretty Little Liars, we never know. Um, it could be also that since the season finale came with the whole transgender story, that we are getting answers like Cece and Bethany and those kind of answers coming up, that it might be one of those answers, but I still want to think that it's one of the answers that have been around all the time, and we just had the who, but we never had the why right. And now we are getting the how and the why right. Marlene added, "You'll see Charles's face. The girls will come face to face with A before the end of summer, and A will be completely unmasked." I really hope that A will be completely unmasked and we won't get another Ezra, Toby, Mona with, "Oh, yes, they're A. Oh, no, they're not A. oh yes, they're A, but no, they're not A. Like, what's going on? We just want to know who the hell A is. Don't play around with our emotions again and tell us, yes, this person is A, and then come back and say, well, no, he's not A. He was simply working for A, or working on a book, or trying to figure out his mother's history, or on the A team to save the girls. Like, no, we need to know who is A, and don't mess around with our emotions anymore. We are very emotional people, man. Paige will be returning to Rosewood. Malin said, not right off the bat, but you will see Paige. I don't want to give away the story. She is not in the first couple episodes. What the hell? Why is Paige coming back? I mean, I did love Emily and Paige together, but what's going on? Like, all these people coming back, I think are to really throw us off our game. Because when I first saw this, I was like, does Paige have something to do with A? Is she A? That's why she's not going to be in the first couple episodes, because she's not going to be unmasked. But when we unmask Charles, we find out that Charles is Paige. Because that would be pretty fucked up. It would be pretty cool though, but it would be pretty fucked up. I mean, like, we unmask Charles and we find out that it's Paige. And I know that that's just delusional, and you're like, this chick is crazy, like, no, it can't be Paige. But think about it, she has been gone for a while. Like, where has she been? Like, we think she's in California with her parents, but she could have been in Rosewood all along, working for A or being A or something like that. We never know with Pretty Little Liars. But with Malin saying that a lot of people have gotten close to it, and I haven't seen many Paige is A theories, so it's obvious that it's maybe not Paige. But with Pretty Little Liars, we never know. Marlin said, we'll see more romance. We are all missing a little romance. In season 6, we are going to be romance heavy as we ramp up to the end of the story. It feels appropriate, she said. Yeah, we haven't been seeing much romance lately. It's been more drama and fighting to get this person out of prison and that person out of prison and all kind of stuff like that. So hopefully we'll get more Caleb and Sobi and Azaria romance, and whoever they're gonna put Emily back with or whatever. How about you comment below and tell me who you want to see Emily with? Do you want to see her with Maya or Paige or Ali? Because I know that there's a lot of drama going on around this, and they're all choosing different sides. And I say Maya because in Pretty Little Liars, we don't know if anybody is dead, really and truly. I mean, we saw Mona's dead body. We cried over Mona being dead, and they brought her back. So they can bring back Ian, they can bring back Garrett, they can bring back Maya, they can bring back anyone as far as I'm concerned that's supposed to be dead. Marlin confirmed that Mona is back to stay. Janelle remains a series regular on the show. She's part of the DNA, so we will continue to see her. That's something I'm really happy about because I love Mona as a character, and I have even more love for Janelle. So it's great to see her back on PLL, and I honestly think that they just killed her off so that she could work on her Broadway, on her show Braz, and now that it's almost over, that she has more time to be on the show and they can bring her back as a regular. But I could be wrong, and I mean, like, she was also on Dancing with the Stars around that time, but her last day of filming was the finale week of Dancing with the Stars, so I don't really think that Dancing with the Stars had much to do with that. I think it was either for her to work on her Broadway show, on her musical, or it was just, to get the fans all hyped up and, have PLL trending on Twitter and all over the internet and have everybody talking about it. Either way, it was good. Marlin summarized season 6A as 10 episodes of non-stop, gut-wrenching, effing crazy drama romance, mystery, a few laughs, and answers, answers, answers. I really hope we get those answers, 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 Marlene, because I think that's what we're really looking forward to. Answers to the millions of questions we have. Marlene also shared a line from season 6, episode 1. It reads, "It feels like somebody is ripping my brains out through my eye sockets. It's not knowing which character says the line." I remember Mona said something like that earlier in the season. I have a feeling that Hannah would say that. Hannah, it's not like Hannah or Arya would say that. Or Spencer. I don't know. I just don't see Emily saying that really, but Hannah, Arya, or Spencer would sound like they're saying that. Who do you think is saying that? Leave that comment down below as well, and let me know who you think is saying that. Oh, how about this? If you comment below and tell me who you think is saying that, when we actually find out who is saying that, I will give everybody who said it a shout out in my recap for that episode. Marlene also revealed that Jason will be a big part of the next few episodes and that all of the Bethany Young questions will be answered this summer. So hopefully we get some answers like she promised. And Jason being a big part of it, I'm not surprised. I mean, he is Ali's brother. And it just said the next few episodes. So it's not till the end of the season or the end of season 6A. The next few episodes could be like all the episodes. We have no idea. But if we see Jason, does that make him A? I mean, I'm going to look for every guy who is missing and not like there with the girls, or like is missing from the regular scene. Like I remember on the season finale, everyone was like, "Oh, but Ezra's A because he was there earlier." But when they found Azalea, he was not there. So that could be something like that. But it's all according to where we see Jason. That will let me think that he is Charles or not. Right now, he is my number one suspect for being Charles, and I will do a theory video on that next week. But right now, but for the next few episodes, I'll look out and see where he is and what he's doing. That will make me see whether he's Charles or not. The producers knew before the Mona is A storyline, that Charles would be big A, and that Charles would be ready to take the game over. So, I guess when Marlene said we saw Charles in season 1, episode 1, the first show of the series, the first episode of the series, that Charles was probably there, but might not be there because she could have been referring to Mona because we did see Mona and Mona was A. But hey, it's all confused. Like some of these things just confuse me even more. But it could be. He could be. He could not be. We never know. She could have been just referring to Mona. The first 10 episodes of season 6 will follow A's story, which is something I'm really excited for because I want to know why A is as fucked up as he or she is. The title of episode 6-1 is Game Over Charles. No, the episode title of 6-1 is Game On Charles. The episode of title 6-10 is Game Over Charles. The first couple episodes will focus on the liars trying to escape A's house. Who wouldn't try to escape? I mean, come on. Duh. But it's good to see them working together, and that's one thing about A. A pushes them to work together, whether they like each other or not, because how else are you going to survive out there? Joseph Daughtry, the executive producer, wouldn't confirm if Charles was male. He said, "It's impossible to take any possibilities off the table. I can't say yes or no." So Charles may be transgender, Charles may be male or female, and not transgender, just male or female. Like, again, Paige. We've seen Paige dressed in suits before. Paige was at the Ice Ball, where the pictures of Ezra and etc. were taken. So, Paige could be Charles. We don't know yet. And we know that she is a lesbian, and she might want to be a guy, so her guy name might be Charles. We never know. With PLL, all possibilities are there, and I may be reading into things too much, but hey. He also said the intentions of season 5 finale was to allow the fans to figure out the mystery themselves. "We've done it on purpose to allow the fans to figure this thing out before we can totally explain it." Then you should have really advertised it as your big A reveal, because it was not a big A reveal. We just got Charles is A. And that doesn't really help us, because we don't know who the fuck Charles is. Sorry for my language, but I always say that when ever I start talking about Charles. Like, who the hell is Charles? He asked whether Charles is definitely Jason's twin. Joseph said, "We are not saying that definite. We're not saying definitely that. We're not saying that at all, actually." So I'm guessing that Charles is not Jason's twin. So to all those out there who knew before I did that Charles was not Jason's twin, because one looked older than the other, kudos to you, because I seriously was like in the whole Charles is Jason's twin thing. So I'm guessing like you guys were right. Then asked if Charles is a De Laurentiis sibling, he said, that would be a reasonable assumption to draw. So I'm guessing that Charles is really a De Laurentiis, because I have had questions about that, like who put that card in Mona's mirror. It said Charles De Laurentiis. How do we know for sure that that wasn't just Charles messing around with the girls? But hey, it could be, could not be. And then that's another thing that throws me off, but I will discuss that with a later point. The whole Mona mirror thing, I'll discuss that with a later point. Asked if Charles' vault, and let me reread that, guys. Asked if Charles' vault contained clues to A's identity, he said, "It is full of clues and textures. There's nothing extraneous in that room. We'll be going back to that room." So guys, if you guys want to point out anything in the vault who makes you think that anybody is A, you can go ahead and do that below. I've seen a really good Ezra and a really good Ezra's theory. I had a lot of vault evidence, but I am a big Azaria lover, so I always just don't want to think that Ezra is A. And he may be, and the points that he might be A are really good, but I just don't want to accept it yet. And I'm pretty good with anybody who is on the series regularly being A. I just don't want somebody crazy like Noel or one of these crazy random people who we never see to come in and be A, because I'll be really pissed about that. But as much as I know Ezra could be A, and I'll be pretty game if he's A, it will still break my heart and I'll still cry. Joseph also said, by the time we get to the summer 10 episodes, all will be revealed. We know we have this much time and we're going to reboot the series. So when I guess by the end of season 6 episode 10, we will know who Charles is, and then everything will just, I guess, be answered from then on out to questions we've had, questions the girls have had, and that kind of thing. He also hinted we will see Radley again. He says, I'll quote Tanner's line, "It all seems to go back to Radley, doesn't it?" Radley, like, Radley is like the hell of Rosewood, I swear. All things wrong comes from Radley. So, knowing that we're going back to Radley is not really a big surprise. It's something that I think that we had to. Because I mean, we have so many questions about things that happened in Radley and things that happened to people who were in Radley. Like Toby's mom, who really pushed her off the roof. Where the hell is Eddie Lamb? Who was visiting Mona when she was in there? I mean, Ren works there. Well, Ren used to work there. So, like, we have, like, so many questions about Radley. So I'm glad that we're going to go back to Radley and have some of those questions answered. He also said, we can't assume anything regarding Andrew, and that it's not a coincidence that Andrew's last name is Campbell and A's layer is on Campbell's farm. He also said you should keep Andrew on your radar. Like, people who kept saying that, no, Andrew is not important. Andrew is just a red herring. I knew it. I told you guys Andrew is not just a red herring. Andrew is up there, and Andrew, like, doing, either working for A, has a big part to play with A, or something. I mean, like, people say he might not be Charles. He might be Charles he might be Charles in some weird way. We never know. But, guys, Andrew is important. And he's not just a red herring, guys. He is important. Joseph also said, there's another missing girl. It's an important story point. The person is key. It's very early. It's a very early in the season reveal. So, guys, who do you think is the other missing girl? Do you think, like, A kidnapped Paige and she's the other missing girl? Because it said the person is key. So it has to be like someone that we've known for a while. Or unless it's somebody like Sarah Harvey or Bethany Young. It's either somebody that we've been talking about for a while or somebody that we know really well. I have a feeling that it's Bethany Young, and that's why all the answers are going to be all the answers we have, all the questions that we have about Bethany Young is going to be answered. So I'm kind of looking forward to it. I really hope it's Bethany, because I mean, we've had so many questions about Bethany, like, who is Bethany? Where is she from? Who's her dad? What's going on? That kind of thing. So I really hope that it's Bethany. And if you've been following PLL lately, you'll know that Kim, I think her name is Kim or whatever, Kim Bree, whatever the girl's name is. If you know her name, leave it below. I think I said that in one of my videos earlier. Posted a photo of her being Bethany, and then she has to take it down. So it might just be Bethany. He also said he doesn't think there will be a Christmas or Halloween special this year. We want to focus on the regular broadcast cycle. That could change tomorrow, but I don't think it's going to. I'm kind of disappointed about that because I really loved the Christmas episode, and most times the Halloween episodes are on flick. They're always at the top of their game. So it's something that I look forward to. I hope that if we don't get one this season, then we can probably get both a Halloween and Christmas in season 7, since it will be the last season and they need to keep us as satisfied as they can. Seeing that it will be the last season of Pretty Little Lies, and I mean, I don't want it to end, and I don't think any of you want it to end, even if we all want to find out who A is. Asked which scene in season 5, episode 25, which is the finale, we should watch for clues about Charles, he said, try to remember as much of the prom scene as you can. So guys, if you're going back to watch the season finale again before episode 1 of season 6. You guys should really pay attention to that prom scene because it's going to be muy importante. Joseph also revealed that the producers didn't know Charles would be A from day one, but it was very early into production when the decision was made. So guys, I guess I discussed that earlier with when Marlon said about we knew that Charles would be big A before we knew that Mona is A. So that is all explained already. Questions on what twist Charles has for the girls. He said, "We have not reached the final intensity in terms of experience at the house." I mean, like, we should have all expected that because we all know Charles is crazy and the girls try to run away, so Charles is going to punish them for that. And in the promo video, it looks like he punishes Mona the most for it. Joseph said we'll see more of the parents this season. Finally, there are parents in Rosewood. I mean, besides Ashley Merrin. Like, really, like, where have these parents been? Like, how can you not know what's going on with your child? I mean, my mother would have known if shit like that was going on with me, even if I didn't tell her. She would know shit was going down. But we hardly ever seen these parents. Like, where the hell are the parents? But the quote he said was, "I wrote the second and third episode. We have a lot of worried moms. But you know what? Sometimes parents can't protect you." Which is the truth right now in the situation that they are, because they did not tell their parents before. They should have told their parents before, from the moment they started getting those texts, because then it would have been solved a long time ago. But now it's kind of too late for the parents to help them. They're trapped wherever they are. Question about Bethany Young, he said, "We are not done with Radley. Even if we're finished with Radley, we are not actually going to be done with it. We've got some interesting plans for it." So, like I read earlier, and I said earlier, Radley is going to be coming up again, which is really exciting to me because we have so many questions about Radley. Janelle Parrish, who plays Mona, believes her character might have met Charles in Radley. There we go with Radley again. Janelle said, "I think that's definitely a possibility. Maybe all the girls have met Charles and have no idea. But I don't know for sure." A lot of these Radley quotes in there just keeps like sending my mind to Ren and Ren and Ren and Ren and Ren. Because we know for sure that Mona did meet Ren in Radley. I mean, like, she knew him before Radley, and the fact that she says a lot of girls, maybe all the girls have met Charles but have no idea. Because obviously they would have no idea that Ren is Charles because his name is not Charles. His name is Ren to us. So Ren might be the one that might be playing Charles. We never know. Which is pretty exciting for me because, I mean, it's not Ezra. Janelle also said, "Anything is possible with Mona. She's usually on her own team and is very good at playing people." I mean, I know a lot of fans have been saying this, and when I think of it, the first person that comes to mind is Kelly from Kelly TV. If you watch her a lot, I mean, like, she's always been like, I think that Mona is working with Charles and Mona knows Charles, and I'm always trying to defend poor Mona and be like, but she looks really terrified and she looks really scared. Maybe she doesn't. Maybe she's genuinely caught with the girls, but maybe she does, and she's just playing her own game. However, the quote that she makes after this, which I am going to read now, is that she continued, "I think she's really terrified of Charles. She was fooled and that scares her the most. The girls are desperately trying to get away from Charles together." That quote makes me feel like Mona knows who Charles is. She was working with Charles and Charles turned the game on her, and because her future is unknown, she's scared as hell. I think that is what is going on. So Kelly, if you watch this, I think you're right. I think Mona may not be working with Charles, but she knows who Charles is. And she was probably going to start working with Charles, and Charles flipped the game on her. So now she's as scared as hell because Charles is no longer falling for her game, but Charles is playing his own little game with her. And that's the last quote, actually. So there was something I said I had to bring up earlier. Yes, the card in the mirror. I think that is another sign that Mona knew who Charles was because she left the clue for the girls. If she didn't know who Charles was, and how could she leave that clue for the girls? And I think that she probably knew, and she was just leaving, letting the girls believe that she didn't. She probably knows who Charles is, and that's why she can say like things like Charles has a soul and that kind of thing. Because she knows who Charles is, and even if he's doing all these bad things, she maybe pities him in some way. But we never know with Mona, which is really scary because we always want to know. And I wanted to trust Mona for a while, but you cannot trust Mona. So guys, I guess I've come to the end of my video. I was just watching to see if there were any other things that I missed, but there is not. So I'm guessing that I will see you guys soon when I put up my Jason is a theory video. I am actually going to finish doing my research, or really start up doing my research right now, because I mean I have been doing some research and I have some ideas in my head, but I have not put them down on paper at all, which I need to do. So I will see you guys next week for another PLL video. Love you guys. Don't forget to subscribe and like and comment below.